Good morning, everybody. How are you today? I hope you are well. I am hearing. What am I hearing? Oh, here it is. I am hearing someone else's phone. There it is. Okay. I was hearing some beautiful melodious music, and it was someone else's phone alarm going off. But we have turned it off, so life is good now. Life is good. Oh, at least I found the noise, you know what I mean? So, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday or second Monday, as I sometimes like to refer to it. Let me do the stuff I got to do here real quick. Um, let's go ahead and do that. We have doing good over on Twitch, on YouTube. I'm going to like myself and I will share it to the Twixverse and Threadosphere that I am live. And let me put my Twitch channel in here just in case anybody is interested. And that is good. We'll post that on Twitch. And then we'll go over here on Threads and post it over there. And let's hit post. So that is good. That's been done. Let's close that. Let's go ahead and start our poll. And if you were here yesterday, you got a sneak preview of some of the celebrations, and this was one of them. But we are going to use this as the poll today. If you could splurge on one thing, what would it be? One thing: clothes, vacation, food, or vehicle. Or as Dadman says, vehicle. So, which one of these would you splurge on? And there is the poll for today. Let's go ahead and check out the chat. We have 5 people watching on this fine Tuesday morning in my neck of the woods, which is the East Coast of the United States. And we have Snorter Poopas Cube Boy, hello humans and other people. And Mrs.DadmanWalking, Walking, hello to you, Snorter Poopas. Um, Happy Tuesday. And Sci-Fi Mommy saying good morning to you. Hello, hello. And we have a Dad Man Walking morning. Mrs. Love you and have a great stream. I plan to. I'm finally getting back into the mojo of the whole thing. Oh, I was so discombobulated Sunday and yesterday. So it's taken me 3 days to, I think, have done everything I was supposed to do. I hope I did. We have hellos and hellos. And Admiral Teague, hello to you. I hope today is finding you well. Let's see. Da, da, da. Stream Elements and SiriBot over there on Twitch. What? Oh, Snorter Poopus asked if there was any leftovers from last night's dinner. And I don't mean vegetables. And Deb's like, yes, they're here for lunch today. You're eating oranges and making fake IDs. Oh, okay, Admiral Deke. Enjoy the oranges. You're right. I call it Tuesday, Toosday, because it's just as bad. And Dadman's going to be in call for a few moments, so he might not Might not be around. And sort of purpose, I splurged on a vehicle and use it for a vacation. Yes, I would splurge and buy me a RV, and then I would go on vacations with it. And Admiralty says all of the above needs to be an answer on that. I eat like a horse on vacation. Buying clothes is a as I drive around in a rental. Oh yes, today will be okay until you have to watch the acolyte. Well, you're sticking in there. Correction, hello humans and other critters. I don't know why I typed people. I must be hungry. Well, grab yourself someone to eat. Um, and Snortus, I pronounce vehicle the same way. Yes. So we have caught up on the chat here. Let me do a few things here. Let me copy that. Um, so whoops, let me do here. I'm going to add this first. Okay, everybody, if you would like the most up-to-date information on what's going on with the plans for Clobby, I've got two links here. I just put it in the chat. I'm going to pin it to the top of the channel for anybody that wants any information. I am not going to say anything specific on the stream, because if I get it wrong, I don't want to be responsible for, I don't know, you booking a wrong flight or something like that. So this is where the information is, the most current stuff that the family has put out. So let's see here. Try to get to the right page here. Here we go. Okay. So there's that information there for you if you would like to check it out. Also, whoops. Uh-oh, did I go for okay. We are I have been promoting this since pretty much the beginning. Team Park Streamers has raised their goal to $7,500 for Children's Hospital of Orange County. When I checked last night, they had 5,375. If you'd like to support them, you can go over to the link that's on this page and on this slide right here, and donate to it. Or if you have already donated or can't, if you could take that link and share it out with your social medias, that would be wonderful. And also today at 1 p.m., I'm going to be doing a block party build. I will be building the flower house, which you see right here. And here is a live picture of that. Yay! There's a live picture of the flower house. So that will be today at 1 p.m. Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be building the Disney Pixar Up House. I'm really looking forward to doing this, and I think it's going to be fun. And that is all of our pre-show promotions. And now it's time to, let's minimize. Let's just make that big. There we go. Now it's time to see who else has been in the chat. We have Tina the Naughty Dragon. Hi, everyone. Mrs. Dadman and Dadman, if you're lurking, and Admiral Pooh Bear. Hello, Tina. So glad that you are here today. So you are here to, here's a better picture if you can see. That's actually what I'm going to be building today. I got something really neat I'm going to show you. I'm going to make this full screen. Let's see how can I make that bigger. I want to make this one full screen. I don't know how to. Dadman found this neatest thing, and I wanted to share this with you. It is one of the Sherman's brothers was a couple days ago, and this is their most popular song. It's a small world. And Dad Man found this. It's a little, um, it's a book, and it talks about it, and it's got it's a 33 and a third long play record. So, isn't that the coolest thing? And the record, the condition looks really, really pretty good. Pretty good, I think. So, and there's no marks on the book. So I think that is just really cool. That's something Dad Man found. Um, and yes, I think it's going to be, I agree. I think it's going to be really fun to do. I am looking forward to building it. So, okie doke, we can say bye bye to that. And let's see, what else do we have here? I need to make so we can start our puzzle. Come on. The puzzle is being ornery, is what I can say. So here, nope. Ah, it's being an ornery puzzle today, is what it's being. There we go. Let's do that, do that. Oh my gosh. It is not wanting to cooperate today, everybody. There we go. Let's put that back up so I can see. Okay, now it is time for puzzle. So we do that. Let's take everything off of here so we can see it. And there we go. It's puzzle time. Puzzle time. Puzzle time. Puzzle time. Before we start our puzzle, let's see how our poll is going. 5 votes. Vacation has got 2, and clothes, food, and vehicle each have 1 apiece. So very, very interesting. I'll be very curious to see what it is going to be. Hey, Mrs. Bucky's Crafting said she's lurking and would spend money on clothes. I told her she's wrong, but she won't listen. Oh man, I have lost 2 subscribers. I'm down to 242 again. Darn. Yep, YouTube is starting its thing. So guys, check and make sure you're still subscribed because I've been hearing that YouTube is just taking away subs. And hello, Sashi's greetings from the other side of the world where it is 10:13 p.m. instead of a.m. So welcome, welcome. I tell you guys, I was so tired last night. I went to bed probably at 10:30, maybe 11, maybe. And I woke up at 6 and I said, "Well, I'll stay up and I'll do some stuff." And I was like, "Nope, I'm going to try to lay back down." And so I lay back down, then I woke up, I don't know, a little bit later. And I said, "Nope, I'm going to just wait. It's 7 o'clock. So I'm just going to wait for the alarm." So I went back to sleep and I woke up. The alarm woke me up at 8:30. So I slept like 10 hours. But I tell you, I do feel better. I think my 2 weeks is caught up with me. So let's go ahead and start this puzzle here. And here we go. I think we did audio yesterday, so we'll do adieu today. And it has a U. That's it. Dadman's on another call now. He says, yes, Dadman says, I told him to go away. He says, not, but you were in a rush to go to sleep. I was, because, there's like that golden time when you're, um, you're tired and you go, oh, if I just get to sleep, it'll be good. But then that time passes and then you're awake for another 3 hours. I did not want to happen. I did not want that to happen. So, um, yes. Oh, and by the way, congratulations, Professor Burr, who has been tenured at, I cannot remember what college it was, but a university, but he was tenured, and he is a professor of snoozology. So, yes, congratulations on your tenure, excuse me, Professor Burr. And thank you for awarding me an honorary degree in applied snoozology. Um, and Snorterpoopus is still subscribed. My condolences. And when you get up over 200 people, you end up losing a person here or there once in a while too. Population theory, someone will quit YouTube, etc. Don't worry. I'm not worried about it. I just think it's funny. I've got an idea where at least one of the subs went. I just think it's funny. It's how I just think just think YouTube's funny. That's about it. So we have a U. So I'm going to try to use the other letters I didn't use, the vowels, the O and the Y, and I'm going to say pouty. Yes, it was the West Florida campus of Arctic University, not to be confused with the University of the Arctic. Yes, that can be very, very confusing. Well, congratulations. Congratulations once again, Mr. Burr, on see, I just want to keep calling you Mr. and you're not a Mr. You're a professor, Professor Burr, for your tenure. So pouty. Okay, there is a Y at the end and a U, which is not in the third spot. So that's all we know about this. And so here, this is why we did our poll today. I get my information from National Day Calendar, National Today, and daysoftheyear.com. That's where I get all my celebrations from. And yesterday I decided to share half of the celebrations that are today. So we're gonna do some of them again, and if you've heard them, I'm sorry. It was my boo-boo. Um, National Splurge Day encourages us to break out the rainy day funds and spend a little. Splurging doesn't require wiping out the savings account, especially if it's only an occasional event. Of course, splurging comes in many forms. To some, it can mean saying yes to whipped cream on your latte or that bracelet you've been eyeing. To others, it might mean booking that vacation you've been dreaming about taking or replacing your clunker of a car. However, you celebrate the day, savor the indulgence. If you splurge on a day off to play golf, enjoy each moment of the 18 holes, regardless of the score. Maybe the splurge is for a bottle of expensive wine. Select a good friend who will enjoy the vino with you. Whatever it is, the day is about celebrating you and doing something you may not usually take the time or money to do. So, National Splurge Day. Oh, and here's some kind of neat splurges you could do. You could visit your favorite restaurant, get a mani and a pedi, take an art or cooking class, update your wardrobe at least a little, take a nap, get a massage, or have they say wash the car. Have somebody wash the car. So, National Splurge Day is today. So, Snorterpoopus says pouty is better than pooty. Yes. And Tina says, does that mean Pooh Bear's fur would make a smart coat? Mm. That's between you and Pooh Bear. Well, let's see if this word that Snorterpoopus put is it. It is not mussy, but there is an M-U-S and then a Y. And Sci-Fi says hello to everybody. So, National Splurge Day. Yep, that's and we have JPRPH1. Good morning, JP. How are you? Musty, there's no T. There's no T. It's already been used. If you can see, it's faded out. And we have Penny. Hello, Penny. How about M-U-S, mushy? Mushy or mushy, depending on how you pronounce it. Mm, and it's not that either. Huh. Musky. JP, that's a good one. Musky. I was sitting here trying to figure musky. And it was musky. Thank you, JP, for that. And then we have an M-O-I-N-E. They're not in the any plate. M is not in the first. O is not in the second. I is not in the third. And E is not in the fourth. So that is that word. We have 12 people watching. Thank you so much. It's 22 minutes into the show, 10:22 in my neck of the woods, which is the East Coast of the United States, and we are on the second word of our puzzle. It is also Clean Your Aquarium Day. It promotes the joy of keeping aquatic life and encourage regular aquarium cleaning. This holiday also spreads awareness about the hazards of not conducting regular aquarium cleanings, such as low oxygen levels in the water and poor fish respiration. So, if you have an aquarium, clean it. And it says a large fish tank should be cleaned weekly or every other week. So, and the way how do I clean fish poop in the tank? Vacuuming the gravel every week will keep the tank clean. So, clean those aquariums if you have them. Even though they're quiet, they're just as important to care for as dogs and cats. Snorter Poopa says, I cleaned my aquarium, not a fish inside. Yum, 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 yum. And Snorter Poopa says, I smell musky. And Tina says, please like, share, and subscribe. Sashi says, but I don't have an aquarium, and I don't think my neighbor would appreciate me walking in their place to do so. Oh, Sashi, you have got great insight. I do not think. Well, they might appreciate you cleaning the tank, but not just arbitrarily walking in there and doing it. I'm sorry. I'm just picturing. Oh, I'm just picturing walking over to the neighbors and they come into there. What are you doing? Oh, I'm cleaning your fish tank. It's clean your aquarium day. And they're like, just the look on their face. Sorry. Oh, what could this word be? I have no idea. I'm going to try this word. Whoops, I made a marker there. Oh, well. Biome, biome. Since we're talking about aquariums and fish biomes, let's see if it's that word. It is not biome, but there is a BI at the beginning and an E in the fourth. Hello, Brogu. How are you today? I hope your Tuesday is finding you well. So we have but there's a T. I forgot the T. That's why biome didn't work. Sashi is Snorter Poopa says, Sashi, I have the same problem with my neighbors, but if they don't like it, they shouldn't keep food in their place. It's it's Bigly, it's not Bigly. There's an E in the fourth spot. But I like that word Bigly. So how about we try let's see. We've done Clean Your Aquarium Day. And today, as I said yesterday, it's International Sushi Day. And I'm going to read this whole thing all over again that I read yesterday. Hit up your favorite sushi joint or try your hand at making your own. From raw salmon to fried avocado, there's something for everyone with sushi. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy sushi, which is kind of the same thing. In the last 2 decades, it's become a bit of a sensation, the traditional Japanese meal known as sushi. Often considered to be simply raw fish, um, and thus snubbed by many people, the truth behind what sushi is more complex, and it can be a delicious meal for those so inclined. International Sushi Day celebrates this potentially delicious meal and seeks to raise awareness about the truths and fictions surrounding it. But a lot of people, when they hear sushi, they think it contains it's raw fish. Some sushi do, but not all of them. Sushi can contain a number of ingredients, and sometimes includes cooked portions. We've had tempura shrimp sushi, which is really good. Um, there's a peanut avocado sushi that I love that is absolutely delicious. Contains no raw meat. Sometimes sushi contains no meat proteins at all. They can be purely vegetable. The California roll is like that. Um, and like I said, can contain cooked things like we've had it with fried tempura shrimp in it, and they're very good. So, International Sushi Day is your opportunity to explore this cuisine and all it has to offer, and maybe find out that you have a new favorite comfort food. So, yes, sushi. I like the raw sushi. So, me and Dadman do differ extremely on that. It could be, it's got an E in the second. Biter. Well, let's see. What do we have here? We have hellos, uh, good mornings and hellos. And let's see. Then sort of poopa says biter. Let's try biter. That's the first one here. Biter. It was a biter. And then we have a UM in the third and fourth, and then a THB are the other letters. Uh, and Dadman says, please make sure you hit that like button. And we have a bunch of hellos and good mornings in the chat. And la la la. I am not sushi. Sashi is not sushi. It's a difference in one letter. Sashi, do you enjoy sushi? I love sushi. I actually have some coupons. Maybe I'll oh, darn, I have my build. I don't think I'll have time to go get sushi before my build. Okay, everybody, we're ending the show so I can go order sushi. I'm just kidding. So, here we have, all those letters there. We've done International Sushi Day. That was from Days of the Year, um, .com, by the way. Uh, so, Store Papers is like, "Bye." You want me to have my sushi today? I could order takeout, but then you have to pay the extra for the takeout for them to deliver it. So does anybody have any idea what this word is? Let's see, with 10 votes in our poll, vacation is way up high there with 7 of the 10 votes, with clothes, food, and vehicle each having 1. I kind of liked Snortopupus's idea. You get the splurge on the vehicle, which it would be to me would be a camper, and then you take it on vacation. 2 for 1. Yes. So this word, anybody have a guess? If you don't have a guess, I'm gonna type in what it I'm gonna say what it is because I think it really is only one. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was the fastest countdown ever, but it is thumb. Thumb. Oh, you eat it sometimes you have a Japanese supermarket near my place. And Snickerdoodle and Snowderpoo says Snickerdoodle and I will be on vacation. Oh, yes, we always bring Snickerdoodle with us. I love Snickerdoodle. Snickerdoodle, if you guys don't know, is a stuffed polar bear that goes on vacations. It's I guess our mascot. Since we had mascot day yesterday, and Bucky's got YouTube to work. Yay! The old turn it off and turn it back on again. Yes, I call any IT person. The first thing there's two things they're going to ask: did you turn it on? And if you go, yes, well, you go, is it plugged in? And you go, yes. Did you turn it on? And they go, yes. Well, turn it off and then turn it back on again. Yep. So this has an OU in the second and third, an E at the end, and that's all we have. And Snowderpooper says that that's no fair. You don't have thumbs. Yes, but you know humans, and so you should see their thumbs. I bet you can. It'd be hard for you to text on a phone. How many of you people use your thumbs when you type? Or do you use the one finger method? Bucky says, I pick clothes because I'm willing to splurge a bit on clothes that are comfortable, will fit, and will last. If I had the money to splurge on a vacation, we'd be using it to get some debt down, LOL. Well, this is yeah, yes, I agree, Bucky. I agree. And Bucky says hello to everybody and uses my thumbs to type. They have done a study and they say the older that you are, they use like their pointer finger to type. And actually, at my age, they say that's how I should be typing. I don't. I have always used my thumbs to type on the keypad on my phone. Snorterpoopa says, I don't type, I dictate, and the seal types. Good for you, Snorterpoopas. So does anybody have any idea what this word is? Um, Today is International Panic Day. It's a day when people are required to panic. Basically, the day is a mock holiday aimed at spreading awareness for mental health issues. No matter how calm you are as an individual, International Panic Day is a day to let out your fears and panic about your worries. Why? International Panic Day rather asks, why not? And as I said, this is also a day to put a focus on mental health and that it is not making fun of panic attacks, which are real and very, very scary. Um, but it is encouraging the stigma to go away and to be able to talk about mental health issues. And if you do have panic attacks, um, to go seek help to find out the best ways to deal with them. They can give you coping mechanisms to help deal with um, with panic attacks. So, well, as it's kind of like they say, a mock holiday. Um, it is also very serious that if you do um, if you do suffer from panic attacks, to not be afraid to seek help about it. And Sashi says, I can't use my thumbs to type on my phone. Uh, my thumbs are large. They might hit the wrong letter. I hit the wrong letters. And yes, every day. Yes, it's because I'm hip, Mrs. Yes, I am younger than my age. That's why I type with my thumbs. And JP put in a word, so let's type in this word while I look for. Oop, it cannot be Vogue, and I don't know why. I don't know why it can't be Vogue, but they say it can't be. Oh, because I don't know. There's a reason it can't be Vogue. Well, that stinks because that's what I thought it was. And the Buggy says, every day is International Panic Day when you have anxiety. Yeah. Mhm. And and some people have been so afraid to talk about anxiety and panic, having panic attacks. And I think when it's not made to be this taboo thing, it can help uh, people understand better. And Admiral Teague says, I'm putting down my copy of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and panicking in solidarity. Well, thank you, Admiral Teague. And we have a Lowe's, and I'm so upset it's not the Vogue. But Sci-Fi loves that book. I do too. Gouge? Well, let's try that. It was Gouge. Thank you, Snortopoopus. And thank you, Admiral Teague, for helping with there. So let's see. It was Gouge. And we have an O in the third spot, an R-I and a D. It's funny, people are always really shocked, Bucky says, at how open I am about having depression and anxiety. Yeah, I try to help get rid of the stigma to help other people not feel bad about it like I used to. Absolutely. Um, I agree with you 100%. Um, it's just a part of life to me. Exactly. And like I say, I think there's so many things, not just depression or anxiety, but any kind of mental health issues that people are afraid to talk about. And I think when you keep it in the shadows, it makes it harder. So thank you, Bucky, for that. And Tina says, Admiral Teague, always make sure you have a towel with you. Yes, you can use so much with a towel. Does anybody have any idea what this word is? We have 11 votes. We have vacation is number one, closest second, and food and vehicle are third. As once again, I agree with Snortopoopus. I would get a vehicle to go on vacation. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Days of the Year calendar says it's Texas Cowboy Poetry Week. Texas Cowboy Poetry Week is a vibrant celebration of cowboy culture and poetry. It marks an occasion where the tales and traditions of the American West come alive through verse and music. This event draws people from far and wide, offering a deep dive into the cowboy way of life. The celebration honors the poetic legacy left by cowboys of the past and showcases the ongoing evolution of this expressive medium. Cowboy poetry roots itself deeply in the experiences and challenges of ranch life. It captures the essence of the bond between humans and nature and the cultural narratives of the West. Notably, early works like Songs of the Cowboy. I have got a piece of hair stuck. Oh, it wasn't. Oh, it was. What was that? I don't know what it was. But gosh, it was stuck in around my fingers, and I was trying to get it off. I'm sorry, guys. Notable early works of Texas cowboy poetry are Songs of the Cowboys and Cowboys Songs and Other Frontier Ballads. They laid the groundwork for the significant cultural phenomena. These collections highlight the cowboy's voice, bringing their stories to a wider audience and cementing cowboy poetry's place in American folklore. So that is cowboy poetry. I was going to look and see if I could find. Um, I was going to see if I could find a poem and read a short poem to you. Let's see here. Some of them are. Oh wow, they're okay. So here's a cowboy poem right here. I do not know who this is written by, but it's called Don't Sell Your Saddle. Don't give up on dreams. Take time to see them through. There is no magic recipe. Hard work makes them come true. Even when you're struggling, your friends will stick like glue. Don't ever sell your saddle. Your dreams won't give up on you. So that is and I do not know who wrote that, but that is a form of cowboy poetry. Very cool. Very, very cool. And let's see, we have some hello. Droid says Snorterpoop is a droid. That's what I hope it's droid because that's what and it was. And then we have timer, and then we have a TR at the beginning, and an A and a K that we don't know what they are. Um, and Sci-Fi says to Bucky, that's great. We do that here too. Absolutely. And Snorterpoop, I think most people have moments of depression now and again. Chronic depression is another matter, says Snorterpoop. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Bucky, roses are red, violets are blue, sunflowers are yellow. You thought this was a poem. It's just gardening facts. Oh, and we have hellos and hellos, and so we have a T and R, and we don't know what this is. And it is International Picnic Day. National Today says uh, International Picnic Day, and we're using our time to celebrate easily with a picnic. Picnics have been a staple of most cultures for years, and believe it or not, their popularity can be traced directly to the French Revolution. Our definitions of a picnic might be different, but it's a great way to bring people together for an enjoyable day. For many across the world, picnics are a relaxing change of pace from their daily lives. However, the picnics as we know it today didn't exist until the French Revolution, as public parks finally became available in mass. Although the French are credited with the creation of modern picnics, globalization and individual cultures are responsible for their grand popularity. In 2018, 55% of young Americans said having a picnic was their favorite warm weather activity. And as the concepts of picnics have spread, a myriad of different traditions have arisen in the plethora of different places. There are very few, if any, cultures around the world that do not engage in picnicking in their own way. Picnics are a wonderful way to get outside and enjoy what your city has to offer. And after a hike or walk, you'll be antsy for a nice break and a yummy meal. Well, I will tell you right now, as the temperature that is here, um, uh, in my neck of the woods, which is the East Coast, it is hot. And if we picnic, it's either going to be at 9 o'clock in the morning or when the sun goes down because it is just too hot. And Snorterpoo said, I finally retired from working in libraries because dealing with humans was causing me anxiety and I wasn't sleeping well at all. I can understand that. And Damn and Les Miserables. Yes, I don't think that was about picnics, but yes, the French Revolution. And Snorterpoo, picnics, yay! A picnic, a basket. I will ask Ang to get you one. Yes, you Dad man insisted on having a picnic at Yellowstone last year, so we had one. That was on his bucket list, I guess, was to have a picnic. Did anybody guess this word and I missed it? I don't think I did, no. Snorter Poop says, "I like to picnic in the walk-in freezer at Publix." Yes, well, when it's 100 degrees outside, it's just not fun to picnic. I would have to have an umbrella. I would have to put an on I'd have to put a tarp up to cover the sun because it just would be too hot. Track, I believe it is track. But then I thought it was another word too. So track, we have track, and that's our 8th word. Um, and let's see what we have next. Uh, okay. So we have track. Um, and we're almost out of celebrations here. It's a National Cherry Tart Day. Yes, Soda Poopus, I know you had met someone whose name was Cherry Tart. You told us yesterday. You can bake your very own cherry tart, a treat so beloved in Michigan that it has its own festival. Ooh, not a baker, find one to try at a cake or pie shop near you. It's sweet and fruity, tasty and delicious, and it's celebrated on this day. Welcome to National Tart Day. Historically, in certain parts of the world, cherries were plentiful in supply, but their uses were limited. So, a number of recipes have been created to solve this issue. Although cherries are grown on several continents, they have a relatively short growing season. But while cherries are in season, modern cherry lovers can find a plethora of ways to enjoy these little red fruits with a sweet but tart flavor. And cherry tart is a dessert that is celebrated today. And this is all from daysoftheyear.com. While many people may be familiar with the cherry pie as an all American treat, the cherry tart might be slightly less well known. In a cherry tart, the fruit is presented in an appealing open faced crusty pasty shell with superior ingredients that leaves the mouth watering for more. Cherries have been enjoyed in the United States since the 1600s, and they have been one of the major fruits of Michigan for over a century. Since 1893, when the trees were introduced to the state, and the cherry tart is just one of the many ways that the state celebrates this fruit right in the middle of cherry season. In fact, it is thought that the origins of National Cherry Tart Day date back to the annual National Cherry Festival that is held annually in Traverse City in the northern reaches of the state of Michigan. The day is held in mid June, just at the time when the cherries are at their finest. So get those taste buds ready to enjoy and celebrate National Cherry Tart Day. So, very, very cool. And Snorter Poopa said gully. I'll type that in a second. And Bucky says, my preferred warm weather activity is to glare at the sun before hiding inside to do my crafts. Yes. And Snorter Poop says, Cherry Tart's dad is named Pop. Yes, Pop Tart. And Dadman says to Bucky, that's why your eyes are bad. I don't think you meant UTI. I'm trying, is it the UP? UP. I think, yes, Bucky. He goes, Travers? Is that like the UTI part of Michigan? And I think he meant the UP. And yes, it's probably part of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So, yes. I'm sorry, UTI, I'm gonna be laughing at that one for a bit. So gully, it was gully, and then we have a C, an R, and an S, we don't know where they go, and an A right in the middle. Um, I was thinking crash. Oh, you were screwing around with this dang, Michiganders. It's in northern Michigan, but not in the, Upper Peninsula, Bucky says, Traverse City. Snorter Pooper says, "UPIP, we all pee." Yes, we do. So what could this word be? I was thinking crash, but there's no H. Hmm. Dadman says exactly sort of poop is hence the UTI. You are so bad, Dadman. Eh, sort of poop is if a male from Michigan is called a Michigander, is a female called a Michigoose? Buggy says, I wish people would call me Michigoose. And Broku, can we call JT Kirk? I'm so fascinated by how he was telling us about the Upper Peninsula. Yes, JT, that was fascinating. That was over on Dadman's channel. That was really, really very, very interesting. I didn't even realize that there was an upper peninsula in Michigan, to be honest with you. So I'm going to guess this word. I think it's crass. Nope, it can't be crass. Huh. So Snorter Poopa says, Bucky's crafting, you're a Michigoose. Trying to think of what this word could be. Because there's no R there. But it could start with C. But that makes and Bucky thanks Snorty for calling her a Michigoose. That means a lot to her, she says. And Dadman says, you know, Brogu, when he's better, I'll see if he wants to talk more in an organized stream. Also, Alaska Jeff, if you like Alaska. Yes. Oh, I wonder if it's SCARS, scars. That's the only thing oh, let's try scarf. How about scarf? You think we should try scarf? It was scarf. Yay! Now we have an O in the third and an L and a C. I have no idea what this is, and we are running out of celebrations here. So we're going to just sit here and stare at this for a second and see if we can figure out what it is. It can't be clove because there's no E. Oh. And Snortpoopus likes to scarf food. See ya, Penny. You need to feed the grandson. Clown. Very good, Sashi. I didn't even think of that word. Clown. 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 And it was clown. And then we have a B and an A, which I'm sure goes here, and then an S and an I. And since we don't have that many letters yet, I am going to say I believe it's an S for basis. And then we have Bluey, which has all the letters. And then we have an O and I in the second, third, and then an N and a T. Yes, basis was correct. So we have, let's see, we are done with that one. 1 second. Sashi says, I work in retail. I encounter clowns all the time. Our poll, we have 11 votes still, with vacation in first, clothes in second, food and vehicle in third. Uh, National Today says it's Sustainable Gastronomy Day. Sustainable Gastronomy Day is a special holiday that is dedicated to sustainable cuisine that promotes food security, agricultural development, sustainable food production, nutrition, and the conservation of biodiversity. Do you know how much the food wasted annually on a global scale amounts to? Food waste, such as the produce thrown away by consumers, amounts to a financial loss of about $1 trillion annually. As such, Sustainable Gastronomy Day was established to draw the world's attention to the role that sustainable gastronomy can play in terms of sustainable development. So, what exactly is a sustainable gastronomy, and how can it help us? Um, to understand Sustainable Gastronomy Day, you need to understand why gastronomy and sustainability are important. In simple terms, gastronomy is the style of cooking in a particular region and a cultural expression of the world's natural and cultural diversity. Sustainability, on the other hand, is how we humans carry out processes in a way that doesn't waste any natural resources and that can be continued in the future without any detrimental effects. So, sustainable gastronomy can be defined as cuisine that takes into account how the food is grown, where ingredients are from, and how it is transported and eventually lands on our plate. And this was actually established by the United Nations, and it was first observed in 2017. So, Sustainable Gastronomy Day. Snorterpoopus says, I ate a clown once. It tasted funny, and Bucky loves clowns. And we have the word joint, joint, and we have mama, and we have tibia, and we have sh. In the English language, it's usually e before a, so sheer. And we have s, and there's a u, a t at the end. We have a q, z, x, v. Usually, if there's a u, we can put a q before it, and we have squat. And then we have an A. Whoops, that's not an A. An A. Yep, squat. And then we have a P. And we're going to put two P's there. Apply and smoke. And these. And S with an E. This could be pronounced two ways. We can have a sewer or a sower, depending on how it is in a sentence. We'll use sower since we um, have sowers in our chat, and I'm a sower. And Bucky's Crafting says, I haven't seen killer clowns from outer space. I like cute clowns, not scary or creepy ones. And then we have ombre. And then we have an ER and then an IN where we don't know where to go. An I does not go in the third or second spot. So it has to be at the I. So it's I. And then we have an N. We have 11 people watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. Snorter Poop is sewer clown. I'm sensing a theme. Um, I don't know what it could be about. So we have inner, and then we have a B, an L, an O, and then we have an M. So what could those last ones do? Blomb. I'm sorry, I was just thinking of fake words. Blomb. We can use double letters, so let's use an O and an M for bloom. Yes, Snorterpoop is bloom. Abort, smelt, wreck. Whenever there's just we have a C, an L. We don't know where to go with an O and an A. Oh, I know what this word is. Does anybody have any idea? Do 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 do. Bum bum ba-dum. I'm doing thinking music for you guys. Do 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 dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da. Oh, you're gonna go back to lurking for now. Son wants to play Legos. Well, tell him hello from us. Broker says Killer Clowns from Outer Space is a cult classic. I love it, but I do know what you mean. They are scary looking. Yes, they are. No matter what Dadman says, they're scary looking, Brogu. I agree with you. I agree with you. No, it's no. Okay, I'm going to here's the word that Snorter Poopus wants me to try. Zoxav. Sorry, it's not a word. Vocal, Vocal. Oh, the L, nope, can't be at the end, so it's not vocal. I wonder if it could be. And Damon says, Hungry and I talked about Killer Clowns and loved it. Snorterpoopus cries. Oh, after this, Broker's going to watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Let's try local. That sounds like a good idea. And we have shout, and we have an O. Oh, this is gonna be I wanna see if you guys can figure out this word. There's a D in it. We don't know where it goes. There's an O in the first, an I in the third, an E in the fourth. Does anyone have any idea what this one is? Oxide. Yes, oxide. Yay! And we have our last word here, which is Rax. Tina, clowns, shivers. Doesn't like clowns. I see. So we have completed the puzzle. Yay! It took us 48 minutes in puzzle time and an hour and 3 minutes in stream time. And here are our words for today. We have rack, oxide, shout, local, wreck, smelt, abort, bloom, shear, squat, apply, smoke, the sewer or sower, ombre, inner, tibia, mama, joint, bluey, basis, clown, scarf, gully, musky, biome, biter, thumb, gouge, droid, timer, and track. Yay! Congratulations, all, for helping solve that puzzle because there were some I needed help with today. So we are done with that. Let me go ahead and X out of that so I don't accidentally pop it back up again. And there we are ready for our next part. And Dadman says that he will protect you, Tina. So let's go ahead and put our little thisy back. So, and then we're going to go like this. And I believe we are ready for our birthdays. Happy birthday to you. Those that are born on June 18th, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. It is 1 hour and 5 minutes into our show, 11:05 in my neck of the woods, which is the East Coast of the United States. Welcome, welcome, everybody. And it is now time for birthdays. I want to tell you, I had got this show done early, and I was so happy. And then I checked it, and I don't know what I did. I lost a quarter of it, and I had to redo the whole thing. Well, three-quarters of it anyway. But it wasn't quite as hard because I already knew stuff that I selected. But it was irritating. So here is our birthdays today. It is June 18th, as I said, and a happy birthday to you. And who is our first birthday today? It is Paul McCartney. 82 years old, people. 82 years old. Singer and multi instrumentalist, member of the Beatles, wrote such hit songs as Penny Lane, Blackbird, and Eleanor Rigby. After the Beatles, he formed the band Wings and embarked on a solo career. Won an Academy Award for the Let It Be documentary and has earned 21 Grammy Awards. Paul McCartney. Boy, do I feel old. And we have E.W. Scripps, an entrepreneur, passed away at 71 years old. He is founder of the self named E.W. Scripps Company, which evolved into United Press International, or UPI as it's sometimes referred. He founded the Cleveland Press newspaper, and his business model was that he would fund promising new journalists and take controlling interest in any resulting successful publications. And he then united them to form the wire service United Press. So E.W. Scripps, entrepreneur. I'm typing something up real quick. Sorry. Um, okay. So E.W. Scripps. Yes, McCarthy and Wings did the James Bond theme, "Live and Let Die," and I don't know if they won a Academy. I think they won an Academy Award for that. I know they were nominated for it, but I can't remember if they won it or not. But yes, they did. Live and let die. Come on, let's change. There we go. And our next person is Christina Klebe, an actress, 45 years old. She's appeared in a variety of horror films. She rose to fame after appearing in Rob Zombie's 2000 remake of Halloween. Other horror film credits include Beg, Zone of the Dead, Proxy, and Not Alone. She speaks English, German, French, and Italian. She's a certified rescue driver and certified Reiki practitioner, which is a form of massage. Christina Klebe, actress. Wow, pretty cool. And we have, excuse me, Josh Dunn, a drummer, 36 years old, previously a member of House of Heroes. And he is one half of the duo 21 Pirates. 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 21 Pilots. And he performs alongside lead vocalist Tyler Joseph. Josh Dunn, a drummer whose birthday is today. Happy birthday. And we have a Dudley R. Hirschbach, a chemist. He's 92 years old. Received the 1986 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for his cross molecular beam experiments. He has published over 400 scientific papers. Wow. He's featured on an episode of The Simpsons where he is seen presenting the Nobel Prize in Physics to Professor Fink. Dudley R. Hirschbach, 92 years old. Wow. And we have Blake Shelton, a singer, 48 years old. Sashi Pirates, yes. Hoist the colors. I know. My mouth did not say what my brain was reading. That happens a lot. That happens a lot. Yes. Oops. Why did that do that? There we go. Hoist the colors. Exactly. Arr, matey. So Blake Shelton, a country star, first 3 albums were gold certified. He wrote Over You, a song about his brother who died in 1990, and it won the CMA, not CMS, Song of the Year award in 2012. He worked as a vocal coach on the NBC show The Voice. Blake Shelton, 48 years old today. And we have a Willa Holland, an actress, 33 years old. Um, she played Caitlin Cooper in The OC, Agnes Andrews in Gossip Girl, and Thea Queen on Arrow and The Flash. She also did the video game Kingdom Hearts franchise as the voice of Aqua. So, Willa Holland. Bucky says, my daughter loved God's Country by Blake Shelton. I still hum it when I hear a baby fussing, LOL. I sing it around 50 times a day. I wish I was joking. Oh, yes, when a child gets an obsession over a song or a show or whatever. Um, yes. One of my nieces had this obsession over this little stuffed Christmas mouse. It was you got him at Christmas. It was like a mouse in a little red and green outfit. Obsessed over it. They lost it, or she lost it, and they couldn't find it. I guess they eventually found it, but the next Christmas that mouse was back in the store. They bought like I don't know, 5 of them and put them away. So whenever it was lost or got too disgustingly dirty, they replaced it. But yes, it's all that, uh, yes, I know you're not joking, Bucky. And Snortpoopa says, "Purdy for a human." I think so. I think she's right, purdy. And our next one is a sports one for Dadman. This guy, his name is George Meakin, a basketball player. He passed away at 80 years old in 2005. He stood at 6 foot 10 inches tall. He was so tall and dominant that the rules had to be changed because of him. He's a 5-time scoring champion for the NBL and the NBA. The NBL is National Basketball League. It was the precursor to the NBA. He won 7 championships between the BAA, the NBL, and the NBA. The BAA is the Basketball Association of America, which was before it then became the NBL, which was National Basketball League, which then became the NBA, which is National Basketball Association as we know it today. In 1948, he was the NBL MVP, most valuable player, and he is considered by many to be the first ever legend in the game. And Snortpoopa said, mind you, she'd be prettier if she had white fur and a big snout or snoot. But yes, George Meakin, a basketball player, one of the first ever legends in the game. I found that very interesting. I told Dad, man, when I do the sports, I don't really necessarily know a lot of them, but if I find one that's really, really interesting, usually if they have an old player um, listed, I'll check it out because sometimes there's some really neat things like this. This was extremely interesting. And we go from basketball to rock and roll. Dizzy Reed, a pianist, 61 years old. He was a keyboardist, pianist, and percussionist with Guns N' Roses, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2012. You can hear his keyboard and piano work along with his backing vocals in such legendary songs as November Rain, Knocking on Heaven's Door, and Civil War, just to name a few. Dizzy Reed, Guns N' Roses. I always try to find a picture with them, like with the instrument that they play, but all the ones that they had were of live shows. And as you kind of saw with this sweaty, blurred bunch of hair, you didn't see his face, excuse me, or anything. And so I went with this picture instead. It is 1:16 into the show, 11:16 in my neck of the woods, which is the East Coast of the United States. Let's see if our poll has changed any. Nope, it is still vacation number 1, clothes second, and food and cars, vehicles in third. And who is our next participant? We have Barbara Broccoli, not broccoli, but Broccoli, a producer, 64 years old. She worked in publicity department of the film The Spy Who Loved Me when she was 17. And Bucky, I feel like a sweaty, blurred bunch of hair would have been an accurate depiction. I agree. I agree with you on that. But I wanted to actually see what the person looked like. They were great action shot, great shots, though. I will say that. Her father is James Bond producer Albert R. Broccoli, which I know we celebrated his birthday because the name sounds familiar. She was associate producer or producer of the following James Bond films: The Living Daylights, License to Kill, GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, Die Another Day, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, Spectre, and No Time to Die. So, Barbara Broccoli, a producer, 64 years old today. And we have Richard Madden, 38 years old, a Scottish actor best known for playing Robb Stark on Game of Thrones. He also played Prince Charming in the 2015 Cinderella. He starred in Medici Masters of Florence, and he was Icarus in The Eternals. Richard Madden, 38 years old today. And Snorter Poop is yes, there was a lot of broccoli, broccoli involved in those movies. Yes. And we have Alex Hirsch, a screenwriter. This was one of my kids' favorite shows, Gravity Falls. He's 39 years old now. He made a guest appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman as a winner of Piedmont High School's bird collar competition. So when he was in high school, he appeared on the David Letterman show. He worked on the marvelous misadventures of Flapjack and Fishhooks. But what we know him best for is he created, wrote, executive produced, and voiced characters in Gravity Falls. This show was really, really good. They had puzzles in it. They had, it was just really, really neat. They would, at the end of the shows, if I recall correctly, would have a cipher that they had to decide. You had to decipher to learn something, and my kid just loved it. Um, so if you have a chance to watch it anywhere, go watch it. I think it really needed a 3rd season, but, Disney did not take it up, so, They kinda had to wrap stuff up, but there's books involved and everything. Yeah, really, really it's really good. I would recommend watching it. But yes, very, very good. And then we have Carol Kane, an actress, 72 years old. She was known as Simca, the wife of Latka Gravis on Taxi. She was also in such films as Dog Day Afternoon, Annie Hall, When a Stranger Calls, The Princess Bride, and Scrooged. She played Madame Morrible in the musical Wicked and played was Lilium Kushtupper in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt and was Pelia in Star Trek Strange New Worlds, or still is actually. Carol Kane, 72 years old, and broccoli and Coppola's everywhere, broccolis and Coppola's everywhere, talking about Hollywood mafia. Yes, yes, they kind of have a corner on the market. And Demon says, I got to make broccoli and bacon tonight. Okay. Well, then make it. Our next birthday recipient is Melissa Coates, a wrestler. She passed away at 50 years old. She's known for the work she did with World Wrestling Entertainment's Ohio Valley Wrestling and Deep South Wrestling. In 2020, she developed blood clots and underwent life-saving surgery, and they had to amputate her left leg above the knee. She earned a BS in biology, a bachelor's of science in biology from Lakehead University, and she at one time aspired to be a veterinarian. Melissa Coates passed away at 50 years old. And Snorter Poopus says, Dadman, no vegetables. No vegetables. And we have Anastasia. I have tried to pronounce this name and I cannot get the syllables around my tongue. So I am not going to say it. I am not going to butcher this name. But she passed away at 17 years old, the youngest daughter of the Tsar Nicholas II, became center of several conspiracy theories which postulated that she was still alive and in hiding. Her story was the inspiration of the 1997 animated film Anastasia, in which her character was voiced by Meg Ryan. And Tina says, come on, Pooh Bear, no vegetables. Whoops, come on, Pooh Bear, no vegetables, no dessert. And Deadman says, we had to celebrate yesterday's Fresh Vegetable Day today. And Snorter Poopus sticks his tongue out at Tina, the naughty dragon. So Anastasia, 17 years old when she passed away. Nikolaevna. Anastasia Nikolaevna. Nikolaevna. Okay. Thank you, Snorter Poopus. It's not Disney. Anastasia was not made by Disney. I know that for a fact. I cannot tell you who did it. I was looking to see who did it. It was a Don Bluth, directed by Don Bluth and Gary Goldman. Wow, they've had quite an impressive cast. Meg Ryan, John Cusack, Kelsey Grammer, Christopher Lloyd, Hank Azaria, Bernadette Peters, Kirsten Dunst, and Angela Lansbury. It was the first 20th Century Fox animated feature to be produced by its own animated division. So it was from 20th Century Fox, not Disney. 20th Century Fox. Sister of Olga, Maria, and Titania. And our next birthday is Bruce Betts, a guitarist, 39 years old. Rhythm guitarist for the alternate rock band Mayday Parade. They're from Tallahassee, Florida, this group, by the way. They made, in 2006, they had a debut extended play, Tales Told by Dead Friends. It sold over 50,000 copies without label support. So this means that that song extended play sold 50,000 copies just by word of mouth alone. Um, that's pretty amazing. In 2007, they were under a label at this time. They released their debut album, A Lesson in Romantics, and they have released a total of 7 albums. Mayday Parade has. But Bruce Betts is their guitarist, and he is 39 years old. Everything is owned by Disney now, but at that time it was not owned by Disney. So I'm not going to say it's a Disney thing. There was a movie called Nicholas and Alexandra from the 70s, and Tom Baker played Rasputin. I heard about that. I'm very curious. I would like to see that. And yes, Dadman was just thinking that also, but at the time they were not owned by Disney. So this next one is Nedra Volz, an actress. She passed away at 94 years old. She was the star of stage and screen. She typically played an elderly woman. She was the she did a lot of stage work at the beginning. She sang big band songs, and as she got older, she became an act. She started acting when she got older, and she got cast as elderly women. She played the housekeeper Adelaide Brubaker on Different Strokes, the post office clerk Ms. Emma Tisdale on The Dukes of Hazzard, Edith Bunker's favorite aunt Lola on All in the Family, and her final film appearance as was The Great White Hope. And in the film credits, she was credited as Old Lady. Uh, so yes, Nedra Volz passed away at 94 years old today. And Deadman says, "Hey, I sang Rasputin at karaoke the other night." And Snorter Poop is no singing. To Dadman, vegetables, singing, and unicorns. Is there no end to your depravity? Oops. And our last birthday today is Robert Mondavi, an entrepreneur. He passed away at 94 years old in 2008. He popularized Napa Valley wines. Robert Mondavi Winery grew into a $500 million a year business. He introduced European winemaking techniques, including oak barrels for aging the wines and fermentation tanks made of stainless steel. So, Robert Mondavi passed away at 94 years old to, uh, in March. So, that is our birthdays for today. It is an hour and 29 minutes into the show, 11:29, and it is time for something meaningful. So let's first off talk about our day, our celebration. It's National Go Fishing Day. National Go Fishing Day encourages us to drop a line in the nearest stream, pond, lake, or river. Taking a break from our daily routine to bait a hook and catch some fish can be a relaxing endeavor. In addition to providing food, fishing is a recreational pastime for many. Recreational fishing includes conventions, rules, licensing restrictions, and laws that limit the way in which fish may be caught. A rod, reel, line, and hooks with any one of the different forms of baits or lures are the most common form of recreational fishing. The practice of catching or attempting to catch fish with a hook is known as angling. Catch and release, which is returning the fish to the water to continue its life, is often the expectation or requirement by law. For others, this is a preferred form of fishing. So, National Go Fishing Day. Oh, it says hobbyists with knowledge of habitat, foraging behavior, and migration hone their fishing techniques for a successful fishing adventure. Some fishermen continue to follow fishing folklore by claiming the sun and the moon influence fish feeding patterns. Very, very interesting. So that is today, National Go Fishing Day. And so that is why we have something meaningful today. Not only is fishing fun, it's a good thing to do with your kids. You just kind of sit quietly and fish. So here we go for with our first meme for today. Before I leave, I always make one last cast, and then another, and another, and another. Oh, and about the depravity, Dadman's like, nope, it's actually Bucky's fault for making me this way, Snortopoopas. What? What? Dadman, you're delusional. Sorry I missed your call. I was on the other line. Oh, I'm sorry. That just really, really struck my funny bone. That is really, really funny. Let's see what our next one is. Oh, Snowderpoopus. Oh my goodness. Says it's not how long your pole is, it's how you wiggle your worm. And Tina said, whoops, I once accidentally hooked my dad in the face while fishing. Oh, that makes my stomach hurt. Oh, goodness. I could see that happening. Oh, of course I talk to myself when I'm fishing. Sometimes I need expert advice. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. They call me the master baiter. Oh. Do you think when fish get thrown back by fishermen, they swim around yelling about aliens, abductions, and the other fish stop talking to them? Oh. Oh. Hello, Subi720. Good morning to you. How are you doing this morning? I hope it is finding you well on this second Monday, otherwise known as Tuesday. A one man's one last cast is like a woman's I'll be 5 minutes. So, so true. So, so true. And we have hellos and hellos there. I don't always tell a fish story, but when I do, I say it's a monster. It was a monster. Absolutely. A fish probably goes home and lies about all the bait he stole. Yes. Yes. The life of a fish. Excuse me, I had to get a drink of water. Snortapoopa snickers at the silly human's attempts at fishing. Just jump in the stream and use your claws. Exactly, Snortapoopas. Why don't they listen? And that applies to more than just fishing. Yes, one last game, one last this. Absolutely. You are so true. Expectation versus reality. Just drunk in a boat with a bunch of empty beer cans. Barbed hooks are legal in Manitoba for fishing. So, is it just like a hook shape? Is the barb hook? I wonder what a barbed hook is. I'm curious now. Oh, they're the oh, I see. Well, they're oh, yeah, well, yeah, they've got the little point. Yeah, I could understand that. I'm very curious. Okay, very interesting. Yes, barb hooks, I think, are kind of the um, accepted, but they said it does more damage, especially if you're doing catch and a release, than unbarbed hook. Now is not a good time to go fishing, said no one ever, except non fishermen, which then you get slapped in the face with a fish. Uh, barbless, yes. I was reading. I didn't know if barbs, if they meant up the hook or if they meant where at the end of it the hook was, and they do mean at the end of it. If you catch them, but Snortpaper says grilling causes a lot of damage. Well, they have so many rules now with the length and the length of fish that you can catch, and I understand all that totally. So if you do use barbed, if you damage them and throw them in and they die, what's good does it do? So, hmm so this man catches his biggest fish, but he can't post it on Facebook because he told his wife he was working. That's why you don't lie to your wife. All you ever did was catch and release when fishing with your dad. There are some places that you can fish, but you have to release them. Um, so yes, barbless would make absolutely sense for the hooks. If you could marry a supermodel or go fishing every day, would you fish in salt water or fresh water? Ah, uh, I catch the fish, then release them into my tummy. Yeah, my dad used to go deep sea fishing, and he would bring fish. Yes, eating Subi, eating yes, fishing not so much. Yeah, dad would out. He would go deep sea fishing, and boy, we had some of the best fish steaks. Oh, they were so good. Um, which is funny because I don't eat a lot of seafood now. It's not my favorite, and I think it's because I'm spoiled with fresh. Um, yes, he would catch wahoo. They were so big. Um, but a lot of the fish, it just doesn't taste like fish, really. And it's hard to explain, but God, that fish was so good, but it was fresh and uh, oh my gosh. Yes. And he would tell the story about he was catching the fish and it was called a wahoo because when you were catching it, you go wahoo as you were trying to reel it in. Yes. Um, and Snorter Pooper says, I'm lazy now. I do all my fishing at the local Irish pub. For those of you who don't know, CB720 is my mom. And so, yeah, that Wahoo story. Yeah, that's a story Dad told me. I don't know if he told anyone else. I don't know if it was a story, but I think it was cool. I never did go deep sea fishing with them, which was okay. I think I don't think I would do well. Would have done well. I would have been in a life vest the whole time, terrified that we were going to drown. They asked me where I caught my fish. I said, in the water. I'm not going to tell you my fishing spots. No way. Water is enough for you. That's the only clue you get. I once gave up fishing. It was the most terrifying weekend of my life. Yeah, fishermen are, yeah. Fishing or me, she said. Hmm. Sometimes I miss her. Don't ever give that ultimatum to a fisherman. And Snowy Pooper says bears love it when humans show up to fish. They taste good with the fish. And Tina says there's a in Winnipeg. There's a fish and chips restaurant in the Forks Market that serves nothing but fresh fish throughout the day. They actually have a fish market right beside them. Yes, endurance fishing is an endurance contest. Yes, and I would get burnt if I went out there. I'd be burnt to a crisp and miserable. And Snorter Poop is fish and chips. Yum 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 yum. I do like fish and chips. I will say that. But I think I like the batter more than just give me the batter and the chips, and I would be happy. Batter and fries, I'd be happy. Here's to the magnificent women who love to fish and aren't afraid to pee in the woods. Yes, yes. A woman who can bait her own hook without creeping out. After I showed my wife this picture of the fish I caught, she told me I wasn't allowed to go fishing there no more. You must learn to crop your photos. Oh, yep. I think this one is so funny. There's another meme that has it cropped out. He says, the picture I show my girlfriend. And then they have the one that's this picture, the picture that I show my friends. Yeah, that is a nice looking fish. Okay, everybody, what color was the fish? You have a quiz. What color was the fish in that last meme? No. Okay. It was a yellow fish. I'm getting real tired of waking up in the morning and not going fishing. I told her I had to stop at the bank, but I didn't tell her which one. Blue, no, wait. Throw into the pit of doom. Blue shorts. I didn't ask what color the shorts were. I asked color the fish was. Yes, blue. No, wait. Yes, Monty Python. I love it. He's at the right bank. Correct. The bank of where I'm throwing all my money away from all that equipment. Hey, can you see any fish? That is a Florida man's way of fishing. I do not know if this was in Florida, but that would be what a Florida man would do. Admit it. We're all guilty of going, here, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Fishing for yes, the Florida fish finder. And fishing for gators. Yep. Yep. What would make this one a true Florida man if there was another man trying to start the motor with a beer in his hand? Oh. Yep. Here, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. Yep, I've done that. The few times I've gone fishing. Hey guys, are you here looking for little old me? Oh my gosh. That's a big motor for such a small boat. Yes, it was. Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy fishing equipment, and that's close enough. I don't understand why they didn't do an apostrophe and why they did commas. Oh well. Good night, everyone. Yes, it is almost midnight over where you're at. Thank you for hanging out for as long as you did. Have a good sleep. I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye. I think this is true with almost any hobby that anyone has. And Snorter Poopa says, good night, Sushi. I mean, Sashi. And yes, take care and sweet dreams. When you have whiskey for breakfast, you fish in the grass. When fishing, always bring an action figure. It'll make your fish look huge. I think that one is a classic here. Fishing, the only sport where you can sit on your butt and still look like you're doing something. Yes, my sister would go fishing and she would have the fishing pole and she would have a book in her other hand and would cast every so often. Get your kids hooked on fishing and they'll never have any money for drugs or alcohol. Yes, so true. I need a 6-month fishing trip twice a year. And this is the last one, which I absolutely love. I think it is hilarious. She said I couldn't go fishing because I had to mind the baby. Challenge accepted. I think that's brilliant. I think that is absolutely brilliant. Um, so yes, I love that one. So everybody, that is all of our memes. And so it is time for us to land this flight. So put your seats in the upright position. If you fish for sharks, you can use. Never mind, says Snortopoopus. And thank you, Bucky. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for hanging out and lurking as much as you did. I really appreciate it. Says Mrs. You and the Mister might find a Rock Hudson comedy great. It's called Man's Favorite Sport. I will have to look that up. I will have to look that one up. Man's favorite. I wish I had something to write down. Man's. I'll try to remember that. Man's favorite sport. Very cool. So we are going to now enter the real world. So please put your seats in the upright positions, your seatbelts on, and raise your TV trays. Remember, as we descend in altitude, we will probably encounter some bad attitudes. So as you meet people during your day, please help share some positivity or at least a smile, and so you can get over the attitudes. Um, but yes, I am so glad you were here today. So here we start with our end flight um, presentation. Yes, if you would like to know anything about Klobby, please go to the links that are at the top of the chat to find out the most recent current information there is on uh, the stuff that is going on there. Also, I have Children's Hospital of Orange County. I've been promoting this pretty much from the beginning. So their goal has gone up to $7,500. They've reached 5,375. If you'd like to support them in any way, you can go over on the link that's on the screen and either support them financially or make a copy of this link and share it with your other social media accounts. We have a block party with Mrs.DadmanWalking today at 1 p.m. Less than, well, a little over an hour away. A little over an hour away. I will build the flower house, which was gifted to me by the B from O family. Thank you guys very much for that. And I will be building it then. This Thursday, I will be doing the Up House from Disney's Pixar's movie Up, which I'm really looking forward to doing. This is Thursday at 1 p.m. I do sometimes impromptu build streams. You can follow me on Twix and Threads to find out the time of those streams. And also, my show that I'm doing right now, Morning Musings with Mrs.DadmanWalking55, Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. and Sunday at 1 p.m. I will tell you that we will not be doing them this weekend. We will be going over to Louisiana for the um, uh, um, I don't know really what to call it. The memorial for Klobby. So Saturday and Sunday, we might do a drive stream on Saturday. I'm not sure, but Saturday and Sunday and Monday, I will not be doing streams because we will be going to and coming back from that event. But yes, normally Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. and Sunday at 1 p.m. Wednesday, tomorrow at 10 p.m., late night with Dadman and Friends. You can watch on his YouTube channels, which is DadmanWalking55. Um, there are fun streams where they just squirrel around and talk about whatever comes to mind. And we have here where to support me on Ko-fi and Throne. Ko-fi.com, Mrs.DadmanWalking55 is a donation site where you can monetarily support me. I am not monetized on YouTube, and I am trying to make this a self-sustaining channel. Gifts that I have received already through my uh, memberships on Twitch, which you can join if you want to, and my donations on Ko-fi allowed me to buy a laptop, which allowed me to be able to stream when I was gone for 2 weeks. So that was wonderful and much appreciated. And that's kind of where the money goes. I had to buy another headset because my other one broke. I had to buy a mouse for the laptop. Things like that are um, what that money is going for. And also, Throne is a wish list. If you want to gift me something there, I have gotten stuff for my streams. I've just gotten some fun stuff. It's a really neat site if you would like to support me that way. You can also send us stuff at a P.O. box address. It's in my YouTube and Twitch about section. You can send stuff to me. You can send stuff to DadmanWalking55, or you can send stuff to Angelo, our youngest, who is a streamer on Twitch. My streams and VODs, YouTube, Mrs.DadmanWalking55, Twitch, Mrs. Dadman Walking. To get any reminders on Twix and Threads, Twix is at MDadmanWalking, and Threads is Mrs. DadmanWalking55 with no punctuation. So let's go ahead and end our poll here. Real quickly, let's see. We have 12 votes. Oh, wow. Let's see how it ended. Vacation was in first, clothes and vehicle were second, and food was third. So that was our vote. Thank you, all 12 people, for watching. That was greatly, greatly appreciated. Yes, and for a Fish's point of view, there is a silly movie called The Incredible Mr. Limpet with Don Knotts in it, I believe. Yes, it is a good movie. The animation and live action, it's just a good, good movie. I agree. And when properly motivated, people find a way to. Yep, you are correct on there, Dadman. So, on that note, I will say, make sure we've got everything done here. Okay. I will say, see you next time. And remember to be kind, to show love. You're not promised tomorrow, so go to bed each night with no regrets. And most of all, I wish you peace. You guys have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods. And I hope to see you in about an hour for my build stream of the flower house. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.